Okay, here we go.
All right, wait, Murray, can we get a quick recap of what happened last year?
That's a good idea.
Good idea. Okay, so last year, for those of you
Y'all come a little closer.
who are unaware,
Here, you can sit here.
in the king's
Whoa,
chair.
hell yeah.
I'm gonna take this metal off because I keep dinging it against the surfaces. So, in case you've forgotten, last year this is the direct sequel to the Overwatch VR. Whatchamacallit? What is this thing called? Fanfic. Fanfic, which involved Westy and Mike going into an Overwatch VR area, engaging in sexual activities.
Whoa.
Only to be discovered by the intern.
Whoa.
Who was upset with Mike over having sexual intercourse with Westy, and immediately stormed out of the VR area. To which Mike followed her, cum dripping from ass. So this is directly where it leaves off. Picking up right from the past. There you go. That's the synopsis.
She thought your voice acting was great for the Mercy line.
Great, because it wasn't acting. That was just me being me.
Okay, gamers.
Okay, gamers.
Alright, here we go. Okay. Let me get my voice in order here. Okay. Mike rushed out of the BlizzCon VR room and looked both ways down the hall. The intern was nowhere to be seen. It was like she had vanished into thin air. Mike heard the sound of footsteps down the hall going towards the Overwatch World Cup arena. That must be her. It had to be her. Who else would be at the convention this late? Mike bolted towards the arena and followed the sound of footsteps to the top floor of the arena. He pushed past a curtain and walked into the stands. Looking around the arena, he saw no one in the stands except a familiar-looking Hispaniard and a long-haired, bespectacled man pulling golf ball-sized hickeys on each other's necks.
What?
If it wasn't the intern, then who was making those footsteps? Mike felt a light touch on his shoulder and turned to see May from
Damn,
Overwatch,
dude, she's here.
standing right behind him. Well, it wasn't exactly May. It was a really fantastic cosplay with a very realistic mask.
Yes. Can I help you?
May said something in Chinese that Mike didn't understand, giggled, then dropped to her knees.
What?
Before Mike could understand what was going on, she tugged at his waistband and pulled his king can cock out.
How come that doesn't happen in, like, actual BlizzCon?
Because one, May doesn't exist, and two,
Yeah, but it's a
king can
cosplayer.
cock also doesn't exist.
That's false.
Mike gasped in surprise and then moaned in pleasure as May lifted her mask slightly, it's a guy behind there, and began filleting him. He couldn't stop himself from grabbing onto the buns in her hair and using them as handles, making her choke on his now fully erect penis. Mike stroked in and out of her mouth as she rolled her tongue over his shaft and balls. He could feel the warmth of the inside of May's throat and wanted more. He pushed his cock past her tonsils, and she took it like a professional.
Hell yeah, dude.
Mike Kern had it all right now. In the middle of one of the best conventions on Earth, his fat, with PH, cock in a sexy cosplayer's throat and a Popeye's chicken coupon in his back pocket for afterwards. BlizzCon, blowjobs, and fried chicken. What more could a man
Hell yeah, dude.
other than the brand new 2020 Ford F-150 XLT Triton 5.8 liters V8 tow package truck, of course. Lost in his head for a second. Mike was brought back to reality when he felt a familiar tingle in his balls.
Oh, May. I'm gonna come.
He moaned. May pushed his phallus out of her mouth, giggled again, and said something else in Chinese.
I'm really scared of what she's saying, dude.
And stood up. Mike was so confused by this. He barely had time to react to being spun around. I knew it. Spun around and pushed forwards into the seat.
Oh no.
He was paralyzed by a sense of fear as May pulled his pants down around his ankles and pushed something between his ass cheeks. After having just been anally penetrated by Westy at the VR booth, Mike knew exactly what was happening.
No, stop, please. I don't want this.
May ignored his pleas and pushed her cock into his slightly gaping
Oh no,
asshole.
she has one too.
He gasped in pain and pleasure as he felt her thick rod push past his sphincter and press against his prostate. It was also sudden. 1 second, he was on top of the world. The next second, Mike was his bottom bitch.
Oh no.
Man, this rating is really good though, despite the content. He tried to relax and accept what was going on, which became easier and easier as May rearranged his intestines. He felt cum start to drip from the tip of his urethra as May brushed against his prostate. He moaned in pleasure as he shot a wad of thin, watery cum out onto the arena seat. He could feel May begin to buck harder.
Oh, May!
He yelped.
Fill me with your icicle, please!
He closed his eyes and focused on the pleasure coming from his rectum. He could sense May was close and waited in anticipation for a steaming, hot load of semen between his butt cheeks. May grunted, and Mike moaned as he cream-pied his ass.
Oh.
Exhausted, Mike collapsed into the seat, his chest heaving, and his eyes still closed. He heard a muffled laugh and opened his eyes to see the intern and Westy sitting a few rows up, laughing at the state he was in. He felt May's lips press against his ear and whisper something in Chinese. Finally, she spoke English in a voice very familiar to him. Incredibly familiar.
No.
And definitely masculine.
No.
Thanks for the ride, Croon, May said as they stuffed several American bills into his jeans crotch. Here's your $1,300. Keep the change. What? The rating is so good.
Oh my god, no.
Yes. You
Twist
liked
of the
it.
century. The twist of the century.
I can't believe he wasn't here again to miss that. He was written into the fanfic and he's not even here.
You don't know that.
I guess Kyle got his cameo after all.
Oh no.
Yeah, right.
A real GN a bit, you know. A real GN made you seem like a king.
No.
Cut your legs out from underneath you.
Why did it have to be Will?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the higher you go, the
Oh,
that's true. So that was that. You know, I really this might be my favorite one because also
Why?
I wasn't really involved.
What? Yeah, you were.
Didn't involve you.
I was just watching and laughing.
You
Hell yeah.
surprisingly got out.
Thank
So
God.
next year is the threequel.
Oh my god.
Trilogy.
Westy cucks Mike with the intern.
Oh no.
No, that's- okay.